Hi, welcome to another episode of Beyond Chronic Disease. My name is Wendy Gathercole. I'm your host. How are you today? Last week, I put together a little episode on the 3 foundational steps that I believe you need to take for to live Crohn's free. And just a couple of examples as, I've mentioned certain things like as in walking for lifestyle change. But if you can't walk, then, don't make that as an excuse that you can't change your lifestyle because you can't walk. So last week was all about, a couple of different ways that you can implement so that you're not making excuses as to, well, I can't do that, Wendy, so then I can't live Crohn's free. So just because you can't walk for your lifestyle change, you can't be Crohn's free. No, that's just making an excuse. So that's why last week I wanted to put together a little show just to say that foundational steps, knowing your body, dietary changes and lifestyle changes are really what you are required to do if you want to live Crohn's free. Or if something's not, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, it's not going to work for you. So something needs to change. So that was all last week's episode. And also I teased you by saying this week I was going to let you know what I achieved when I took my own advice, which I sometimes fail to do, but then in the end, I always do, and trust the operator. Now, that's episode 100, and it's back in December if you want to listen to that. So all about trusting the operator. So it does eliminate fear in your body. And I'm not talking thinking in your mind, I'm talking in your body. So when we go to do something that we've never done before, and again, we're all different, which is why I did the episode last week about the 3 foundational steps for living Crohn's free, because if I say one thing and then you try it and it doesn't work, then that gives you an excuse not to do it. But so fear, you can feel it anywhere in your body. Fear, I typically feel either in my stomach or, heart area, just depending. You might feel fear. You might get really like a headache or like, fuzzy in the head or something, or, your legs might start shaking. It doesn't matter. This is how we're all different. But the thing is that when we do something new, and again, we're not all the same, and it depends on what you're doing. If you've never done it before, typically we are scared of doing it because we've never done it before. Are we going to do it right? Is it going to, what's going to happen if we don't do it right? Are we going to get hurt? All of these things can come up. So trusting the operator, I thought, was a fantastic episode to dissipate fear in your body by trusting the operator. So we've all been in situations where we've had to trust the operator in some way, shape, or form. If you've been on a plane, you've had to trust the pilot. If you've been on a boat, you've had to trust the pilot. What steers a ship? I have no idea. The man that steers the ship. And if you've been in a car, a passenger in the car, you've had to trust the driver. Okay, so they are just really basic examples. So my experience of trusting the operator went like this. If you don't know me, that's cool. But I barefoot water ski because that's something that my husband's always done. And we do it together, which is typically fun. And, there's some aspects of that I don't know how to, well, lots of it that I don't know how to do. And there's one thing that I've been sort of putting off to a degree because it makes me scared. It scares the heck out of me because I know what it's like if you fall and, you get hurt, whatever. But it's just scary for me. So the other day we were out skiing and I took my mind back to that trust in the operator. This is something that I clearly really, really, really want to do. So there's a big difference between having to do something or you should do something or really, 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 really wanting to do it. Okay. So this time I really, really, really wanted to do it. I've sort of wanted to do it. I knew I needed to do it. All of this in previous months, years, so forth, but I've not actually done it. So this time I really, really wanted to do it. How many times have I said that? So the process was, I'm in the water and I just took my mind back to trust in the operator, where I had trusted people before, had faith in what they told me, did, were navigating, all of the above. And I lay there in the water and I just knew that I was going to trust the operator being my coach, my husband, knowing that he would, drive the boat at the right speed for me. And if I looked like I was being out of shape, then he would kill the engine and I wouldn't get hurt. And B, trust in myself, trusting that I knew what to do, not very well, but it dissipated the fear, which is what it's all about. Trust in the operator is all about dissipating fear. So I managed to do what I aimed to do. I had no fear whatsoever. It was pure delight, excitement that I actually managed to do it, all because of the premise that this is something that I really, really wanted to do, and also put my trust in the operators, like one being the boat driver and two being me. So I was super excited. I ear-bashed my husband about how excited I was. And there was a couple of other things that I did that day as well that also was sorry, I'm thinking back to that day, that also was very rewarding. So I think I've spoken about things, whether you do things for fun or not. And I've never sort of looked at the barefoot water skiing as so much fun. The whole lifestyle around it is fun. It's a very hard, and to me, it's a very extreme sport. Me being not one for fast and, just being like, don't want to, being fearful of getting hurt and so forth. So trust in the operator, dissipating the fear, that is what I did. And the mental joy of that day is it's just so empowering. So when you do something that's just like, it's just beyond what you ever thought, it's amazing what you can continue to do and access in your life. And what I mean by access, it's your brain, your mind. Your mind plays tricks on you, and we've got to stop thinking and start feeling. And when I say that, because when I say that, I mean, like the fear, you feel it before you think it. If somebody said to you, there's a tiger coming to chase you, well, you would feel the fear before you thought about the actual, what's actually going to happen or what's about to happen, the chase or whatever it may be. So if we can start feeling, and feeling from an elevated emotion, that's the word, instead of not an elevated emotion, then it's amazing how our life turns out. So that's my story about trusting the operator, and just showing how you can do anything that you want to do in this life if it's something that you really want. Now, I've done I think it was a money talk before, and it's just you really have to know what you want to achieve it in this world. Okay, so it's all about what you want, not what you think you want. And I believe that I did that in that money episode, which I believe in, that is probably November, December last year. So if you want to go back and listen to that. So anyway, that's my story about trusting the operator. It's dissipating the fear yet again and going for it and achieving success. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because let's face it, nobody's perfect. Perfect is the most imperfect word in the vocabulary. So we don't want to enter into that perfectionism, because that creates stress and anxiety in our bodies. So trust the operator, dissipate the fear, and succeed in whatever you truly, truly want. So until next week, I will see you then, and see how it goes for you too. Trust the operator. If somebody's telling you, showing you how to do something, then put your trust in them, especially if they've, if they're shown to be an expert in their field, or, whatever it may be. Trust the operator, dissipate the fear, and your success will be paramount. So see you next week on another episode of Beyond Chronic Disease. And if you are wanting to live Crohn's free, click on the link and contact me. So see you next week. Bye.